My name is Nick Cannon with Neighborhood Inspections with the City of Tulsa. I handle parking enforcement for the area of downtown Tulsa. I've been working code enforcement for about 10 years now, and I've been doing parking enforcement in downtown Tulsa for about a year. I do a lot of walking. Every day I walk across the downtown area, probably about 5 times at a minimum. Meet some interesting people. Pretty often folks will come out while I'm issuing them citations. You have to explain why they're getting one. And there are some confusing gray areas in downtown. If anybody's ever been downtown, you'll know that. And just some ordinances that folks aren't aware of that are enforced in the downtown area. For instance, if you park at a meter that's got a 2-hour limit on it, and you go down all day long and you're plugging your meter, if you've been in that space for longer than 2 hours, you're going to get a ticket for it. You're supposed to move out of that space every 2 hours. The proper way to park at an old style parking meter, on the new meters you've got spaces demarcated out on the street, and it's pretty easy to figure out where you're supposed to be. But if you haven't parked at an older meter before, you have to park with your front bumper at the meter and not beyond. And I'll give a little leeway on it, but if you're parked with your door next to that meter, you're incorrectly parked at the meter and you're occupying 2 spaces at that point. You'll get a ticket for that also. Some strange things that people do is park in the wrong direction on a one-way street, and I'll see that probably once a month or so. And like how they got there and how they didn't know that they were going down a one-way street, I don't know. And they'll pay the space, and they're parked right in front of somebody facing somebody else's car, and that's something weird that you'll see every once in a while. Metered spaces are enforced, and they're only valid. The meters are only valid Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Anytime after that, if you're parked at a metered space, you don't need to pay it. There are some areas that are no parking anytime, no parking this side, loading zones. Some of those are going to be for weekend stuff, but I think the majority of those are also just Monday through Friday. I wouldn't say any specific day was the worst day I've had, but any day that it's below freezing and I'm walking around downtown, the windiest place in Tulsa, like every one of those days is the worst day. You know, I haven't ever had anybody like attack me or chase me down the street or run after me or anything. The best part of my job, I think, is getting the exercise and walking around and enjoying the weather when it's good. And you just put up with it when it's bad, because one day it's going to be 70 degrees and you're going to be outside all day long. And I enjoy that. So.